Today we're going to be showing you guys the small dish tutorial for the Pottery Lane project box.
Just a few things we need to tell you first. Remember to keep your hair back in like a ponytail or like a bun, or if you're a boy, you don't need to worry about it.
Also, you need to make sure you have a shirt that you don't really care about on, and make sure either the sleeves are rolled up or it's just a short sleeve shirt. We are wearing our baking aprons because aprons work just as fine.
Also remember to wash your hands beforehand because
Just to clean your hands.
Also, if your clay seems to be getting too dry because you don't know what to do for a second, just rinse your hands with water and then knead it, because then the clay gets back all the water it needs, just like a plant.
So we're just going to start off by kneading this for a while until it gets ready for working with it. So, fast mode. Once yours is all kneaded and ready to go, you're just going to start off by kind of trying to flatten it out as much as you can so it's not into that ball anymore. You're just going to kind of flatten it out as much as you can.
You can also just smush the edges, which is way easier.
You can get aggressive with it, or you can just...
Then you're going to kind of smush it down on your thing. Then you're going to open your box and, oh, magic, it'll roll open. A little tip also for rolling it, put your wrists on the sides, then just roll it up and down your arms. It's a massage for you and a massage for the clay.
So a tip for your rolling, make sure that the edges of the height of the clay is your pinky finger size. So when you put it next to it, mine is not there yet, but it should be about the size of your pinky. Also, just have fun with this. This does not have to be perfect. It can be in your unique way. If you want to follow the exact step-by-step instructions, you can do that as well. You just do it however it is to your liking. So we're just going to go fast mode until we have ours to our pinky finger size. Okay,
I'm
so
really funny.
Now you're out of fast mode. I just ran to go grab a little cup of water. So for the next step that we're going to do, if you want to smooth out your edges.
You're gonna want to, if your edges are getting scratched up, and you can go to the salon and dip your finger in the water and smooth out those edges, and they get a manicure.
And don't worry, this does not have to be a perfect circle. In the end, this isn't even going to be a circle shape, so don't worry about it being the perfect circle shape. You just don't want there to be a bunch of cracks in the edges.
Got it. You can kind of also take it and smooth it out like that.
Don't forget to put some muscle into this, because if you are just rolling it like this for the whole entire time, not much is going to happen in the middle. The sides might get, it might be there's a lot in the middle, and then it kind of just goes like that. You want to make sure you're evening out the clay.
And if it hardens a little, just roll it back out, and mine's actually pretty that good. You can smush the edges and it's still not there. Okay, and remember, nobody's perfect, clay's not perfect either, so it might not turn out. Some things for me and Emma here, and she's like, oh, that's easy, but then once we get in, she's like, why did I choose to do this?
Yeah, so once you have your clay all rolled out, you are going to find mine is red, Maddie's is black. It's going to just be a rubber tool. It could look anything like this or like that. It's kind of be very bendable.
And Emma's has a little hole in it. Mine's not. That's fine. You don't need a hole.
So you're just gonna gently kind of smooth out the top of your clay with the tool.
But for the whole ones, the hole is actually for you to put like your thumb in it, and you can like rest your thumb and be like that.
Very, very smooth it out. And get it just as smooth as you're liking, and just like how we were rolling it before, don't forget to keep flipping over your clay so it gets worked on both sides. It doesn't matter what side your the front of the small dish turns out to be. Whichever side you end up cutting yours out on, but just for now you just want to make sure both sides are smoothed out, so whichever one does end up being the front is as smooth as possible.
And once you reach into your box, there's going to be this little square thing, which is kind of like elevated at one point, and it's like curved in. You're going to want to put that on your clay. Take the little skewer, like it looks like a skewer, but it's not. It actually
has like a very
skewer that's
thin
carved.
Yeah. So you're just gonna take that, and you don't want to cut it all the way through. You're just gonna kind of make a line where the template is on the clay. As you can see, Maddie isn't all the way cutting it. She's just making a line so she knows where the template is.
So as you can see, I already did it, and it is like I'm gonna show you up close. There's only gonna be a little mark. That is when like for me, it's kind of like one of the most fun parts. You're gonna take anything, really anything, but like and decorate it. But if you want to decorate with like a tool that's in your box, a lot of these tools are used to cut through the clay. You don't want to do that, so you're gonna go lightly if you want to use one of these tools. And if you mess up, just take your metal, and this one helps for like redoing mistakes. This one helps for smoothing out, and this is for redoing mistakes.
So say I accidentally go a little bit too far when I'm trying to do one, and then there's a little hole. You're just gonna take your metal little plate kind of thing, and you're gonna go right over it, and it will smooth it back out.
Also, if it's like a hole, like Emma said, you can also put your finger and help the clay get back into the hole. Also, there should be like little stamps. I'll show you Emma's and mine up close. This is Emma's, which is kind of like a sunshine, but this is mine, which is kind of like a flower. So, those are the things that we're just going to be doing today. And I'm just gonna do it like freestyle, just like put it a bunch everywhere. And you're gonna press it in hard, but not too hard. That makes such a big dent.
Also, keep in mind that about a little bit less than an inch of the outside of your square is going to be kind of like where it comes inward on your plate. So you also have to make sure you're not doing it too close to the edge, or you're not going to be able to see it very well.
But if you're like me and don't really like want it to be that perfect, I just like did it everywhere, kind of like you see all my flowers. And that doesn't really matter because it's not going to pull focus from the middle ones if you do it too much on the outside. Are you done there? Mm-hmm. I'm going to do one of those. Fast mode. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Amy about something.
What did you ask her?
I'm just telling her about this because once we put lotion on it, it got big. It got bigger once we put lotion.
I think she moved like upstairs.
We're in time lapse right now, so it seems like I'm gone 1 minute.
I think you guys will probably only be able to get through this one, and then we're gonna eat dinner, okay?
And then could do more. Okay.
Also, I don't know how the lighting's gonna be once it's a little darker, but
And can you guys just eat, and then we'll like Keep going.
No, we want to have a
Sun?
family dinner because they go best now.
Oh, exclamation mark. So we're just kind of drawing some things.
You can draw whatever you want. Since I have like little sunshine kind of things, I'm writing sun in the middle of my little plate.
With an exclamation mark. So,
So-
I'm just gonna put this right back in there with skewer tool. Then you're gonna pull this back out. Well, I didn't really have to pull it back out. You're gonna put it right back on this way. No, not like normal. And this time, oh wait, you actually need your little skewer tool. You actually need it.
I didn't actually have to pull it out, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
You're gonna now cut actually through the clay.
You don't want to press too hard down on your template, or else it will it might mess up your designs that you already just worked on. So you just want to gently press it down enough that you can.
No, you want to like cut through the whole clay.
No, I'm talking about pushing this down because if you push this down.
You also don't want to like kind of slide it across. You can like put the little clay scraps right on your newspaper or plastic. It can also don't go like this and then do it because this is kind of like thinner wood and it can break easier. Fast mode. Okay, I'm done. You done?
Remember, good.
Fast mode. So once you're done, keep this out because I don't know if we're gonna use it again. You're gonna want to pull the rest of the clay off. And if you didn't cut the side too well, just take your skewer tool again and cut right back through it. Okay. So once you're done with that, you're just gonna like smooth out the edges.
Remember, you can use if you have water, you can use it to smooth out the other side. I don't have to do. Go.
Yes, you can also use your finger with that. So yeah. Then once you're done with that, you're gonna take back this thing and put it upside down this time. And you're gonna square it off. It's a square. You're just gonna make it in line with the clay edges. So once you're done with that, you're gonna flip it upside down. And then square it off again. Then you're gonna press down on the edges. And if they start to crack, just like the edges, then
Some
good.
water and just spread it where if you have any cracks, then just spread it over there.
You can also, if there's no cracks, take your finger and just rub it across with water, because then there's not gonna be any cracks. You don't have to like spare the time to do it. Just do it beforehand and there's no cracks. So you can bend the edges however to your liking. I'm doing it a lot because I kind of want my dish to be kind of like a bowl.
So if you want yours to be like more up like this, kind of how the template is, then you're gonna want to press it down more. If you guys want yours just like a little bit to come up, you're just gonna gently press it down.
Mine's good, so you're just gonna leave that for a second. I'm just gonna like set mine over here.
So just so your creases can set in, and right when you pick it up, it doesn't flop back down.
It looks like I'm touching my face, but I'm not.
Just gonna wait for like 10 more seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's pick them up.
Very short break. Okay. Once you're done with that, you can take it off just to see.
What it looks like. That looks pretty good.
That looks pretty good too.
Okay, then you're gonna put it right back on, except you're gonna do it like upside down, like the clay on the bottom now, and you're gonna make sure it's squared up. And you can like bend the edges a little more too. So that's good. Then you're gonna make it upside down again, which is good, good,
Just
good.
gotta keep moving that clay around so it doesn't.
I'm just gonna
drop.
take it off because that's me. You can also, once it's off, take the edges and kind of bend it up a little more for a little more volume. I'll be right back.
Wait, what did you ask? What did you say? What did you say? No, just tell me. Oh. Okay, tell me what to do now.
So on the side of your pot, if like clay has built up, you can just take your skewer like tool and kind of like flatten out the edges.
Or again, you can just take your finger, dip it in some water, and run it along the edge.
This works better. You also don't want your edges to be way too pointy because like no one likes a sharp edge. Or some people might do.
Oh, why did I just dip the... Oh gosh, I'm falling apart in life.
Sorry everybody, our parents are trying to make dinner. Okay, so once you're done with that, you're just gonna let this dry for a while. So we're gonna yeah. Okay.
When you're at this point, you can just either put your piece back in your bag, and then in your box, or that is fine if you can't fit it in your box. Just make sure to keep it in that plastic bag.
I'm just gonna start cleaning up a little bit.
Just make sure we didn't miss anything.
Also, at the end, right now, you might want to put it back on the thing.
Oh wait, we have to do the underglaze.
Okay. Yeah. And if you want, you can take your stamp it on the bottom, then it actually works best. 1 second. So it actually works best to use a pen. Then you're just gonna sign your name.
You have to make sure you have your name on the bottom so we know which one is yours. I know, you're like...
Okay, so on your thing, on your little half piece of paper, this is for the very end, you're going to sign your name, your date, your email, and your phone number. It also says glaze choice on, and it also says name on bottom is required. We already did that step though. But when it says glaze choice, you're going to find all these little like colors, like red, aqua, sea blue, white, black, peach. Those are the colors that we have. You might have them too. So for my small dish, I'm just gonna like think about what colors I want to use first instead of just like going around and be like, oh, I actually don't really like this. So first, you're gonna think about which one you're gonna do. You're gonna let this dry for a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna let that dry. Okay, so now that our stuff, our little things have dry, our little
they're not going to be dry all the way yet because they haven't been fired, but just when they're
kind of like stiffer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna set this aside, and you should be at the point where you don't want to move it anymore. So we have our 2 brushes, and we can just use the water that we had earlier to do the colors. So first, I'm gonna open my yellow. And I have the yellow thing. Oh, this is like a yellowish greenish.
Cool.
And you can just take your brush and swirl it around if it gets
get it wet first?
No.
So you're gonna take whichever brush you want to do. You're gonna dip it in the color that you want, and then you're just gonna paint wherever you want it. Personally, I'm gonna do mine everywhere where the details aren't, and then I'm gonna do all the details white.
I'm just doing
And don't worry, it doesn't have to be totally pigmented because this is the underglaze. So yes, you'll still see the color, but it doesn't have to be perfect.
Also, if you want like a lighter color, but there, like say you want like there's like an aqua kind of light blue, but there's like an aqua light blue, but I kind of want like a lighter light blue. Just use one layer of the aqua, and then it'll be good. Also, a little tip is that if you don't, like Emma wants like a more clear white, so she's actually painted white, but if you want this like kind of like off-white kind of creamy color, you can just leave the spots that you want like a creamy off-white color, like just without glaze, because this is white clay, but yeah, for white clay you can just leave it white. It looks like gray clay because it's gray, but trust me, it will turn out white. So this is what mine looks like. You can't really see the flowers, but once it goes in the kiln, you can. And this, oh, I like yours. This is what Emma's looks like. It says sun, and it has like 4 flowers.
So that is pretty much all you have to do, and then you kind of just wait for your glaze to dry. You can also do the sides of them, but since we're just showing you guys this for a tutorial, we're not gonna make sure everything's perfect, but you guys can take as much time as you want on these. But once you're done with this, you're just gonna kind of let it dry for a little bit. You're gonna put it back in your plastic bag so you can bring it to Potterland during the hours where you can like fire it, and they will fire it for you, and then you will have a beautiful piece of pottery. So this was our video for this tutorial.